just a simple yes/no answer as to whether or not we should be drilling off our shores right now to bridge us to the future. We've got a long way to go before we get there. In order to get there, it's going to be a costly procedure. So should we be drilling offshore? Just simple yes or no.
Well, yes, sure we should, but I don't think you're going to find much. Newt Gingrich and I got in a long discussion on this the other night, and he says we've got 80 billion barrels off the west coast of the United States. I said, where in the world did you get that number? He said, I got it from the Department of Interior. I said, you should ask the Department of Interior, when were they ever caught doing something, giving a projection right? Off the west coast of the United States, where that comes from is they'll take a thickness of sedimentary section of beds, rock, so far down, and then they'll take an aerial extent of it and then apply some number that you should be able to recover out of it. The thing that's wrong with that estimate is off the west coast of the United States and the east coast of the United States, you've never had a Mississippi River dumping sediments into a basin like you have into the Gulf of Mexico. Niger River, Delta. I mean, that comes from a river over millions of years dumping into that basin, and it creates reservoirs because it gets heavy, it sags, it sinks, it causes structures, it faults, but more than anything, it has a high percentage of sand being put in there with carboniferous shales, which create the source, and then it goes into the sands, and then you have the traps. You don't have anything like that off the east and west coast of the United States. And I made a comment to USA Today, asked me 6 months ago, said, if we opened up the OCS off the east-west coast and the eastern Gulf of Mexico next to Florida, that's a little bit tougher to get sold, but yeah, open that up too, and Anwar on the Arctic coastal plain. If we opened all that up, what could we expect to find? And I said, I would be, remember we're importing 13 million barrels, and I said I would be very pleasantly surprised if we could get 2 million barrels a day out of that. Now, I get a call when that comes out from Henry Groppe. Groppe's an expert globally on reserves. And he said, Boone, you said 2 million barrels. I said, pleasantly surprised. 2 million barrels. He said, if you want another quote the next time the question's asked, tell him Henry Groppe said 30,000 barrels. Nothing. I mean, he said there's no oil in the OCS off the east and west coast.